Hey y'all, Little Horse Creek Adventures back with you. Decided I was going to go ahead and do some gravy to put on them doves and have with the peas and rice. I kind of got a habit of trying to multi-use utensils and pots and pans since you're going to have to wash them. After the cornmeal hoe cake project, this is my frying pan. I'm going to use it. We got the pot liquor off the doves, and what it consists of is water, some butter, just a dusting of flat iron pepper company full pepper seasoning, a little bit of sure enough black pepper, regular black pepper, salt, Lowry seasoning salt, some beer can chicken seasoning. We're going to use add loose self-rising flour, and we're going to start out. We're going to use butter as our grease or oil as the base for the gravy, and I don't believe we're going to have to season the gravy itself, because we're using the seasoned pot liquor off the doves. But I just wanted to show you what was actually in the dove pot liquor. But we're going to start out by kind of trying to build us up a little bit of a roux. I'm going to start out with about a stick of butter. And get it melted down. Get that butter pretty hot. That's kind of one of the keys, is you start out with a gravy with whatever your oil or grease base is, whether it be butter, whether it be bacon grease, whether it be ham grease, sausage grease for sausage gravy. You want to start out with some good hot grease. So it's going to take a little bit to melt this down. Got a little bit of butter in the dove pot liquor anyway. Alright y'all, all the butter's melted down now. We got a little bit of shimmer and movement. That grease is bubbling. That's what we want. We might end up needing some water. That may not be enough pot liquor. So I'm going to get me a good cup of water, kind of standing by. Add loose self-rising flour. Blend that in with the butter. Start working that roux down. You know, folks talk about, well, why don't you make gravy with that? Oh, well, I didn't save, I ain't got no bacon grease in the fridge, or I ain't got no sausage grease in the fridge, or I didn't save none, or I had to throw it out last week, whatever the case might be. If you got butter, you can make a gravy. It might not have your bacon flavor or your sausage flavor or ham flavor or whatever. You can flavor it up. If you got butter and you got flour, you can can make a gravy. And then you season it with whatever you got. You ain't got to get gravy out of a can or out of a jar. You can do that. See how pretty that's turning out? Now, and Cajun chefs, well, I appreciate all of what they do, and I love their cooking. But I don't normally bring my Rue Base to the darkness that they do. And they'll roll this around now, and they'll get it good and dark. And that's fine. I mean, it makes a great base for gumbo and stuff like that. You kind of want it darker. But I'm just making gravy. So we're going to cook it good. We ain't gonna brown it up a whole lot. But you gotta keep it moving now. I mean, when you get to this point and you see it bubbling like that, and I can tell this is kind of turning a little bit browner. But you gotta keep it moving, because it'll sure enough burn on you in a minute. Scorch. This is going pretty good. Probably go with a little bit more flour. Oh yeah. See how them clumps beginning to look a little not as juicy. Take and squish out all them clumps of flour. Get it good and smooth. I really believe, like I said earlier, the key is starting out with good hot grease. Because your flour, if you get it too cold, or if it hits the pan and it's too cool, you'll have chunky, clunky gravy. It still eats pretty good, but I'd rather it be smooth. You see how smooth that is? I mean, this is doing good. I'm gonna tell you, that butter cooking, it smells good. It smells real good. That's looking pretty good. You see, when I swish it around, it's moving, but I'm winding up with dry spots on the bottom of the frying pan. So it's getting ready to get quenched. Alright, we're going to start adding some of the pot liquor. Sizzling and bubbling nicely. Oh man, it soaked up that pot liquor really good. It's already looking like gravy. yeah. Oh yeah. There ain't gonna be enough pot liquor. We're gonna have to run with a little bit of water, I believe. I'm gonna save me just a little pot liquor to pour over the meat when I parse out the doves. Keep it moving, keep it moving. I'm gonna try to thin it down a little bit. Add a little bit more water. Still a mite thick. It's coming along nicely. Alright, y'all. I've added probably close to 20 ounces of water on top of the pot liquor I done put in there to help it bring it down to being a little creamier. You just got to add what water you think gets it to the consistency that you wanted it. You ain't got to use water. I mean, depending on what you're trying to pair it with, you can use chicken broth or beef broth if you were working with a beef. Meal. I think that's about there. I'm going to leave it on low right now. I'm going to let that spoon I just drew out cool a little bit. I'm going to test it. Oh yeah. That's looking pretty good right there, I think. Of course, the proof is going to be in the taste of it here in a minute. Let's see if it's cooled enough to test. Looking good. I believe I do. And that's kind of mild, it's kind of smooth. And that's kind of what you'd expect with that butter. That pot liquor that was already seasoned off the doves. Yep. Probably could have used a little bit more salt, but I believe I'm going to leave it the way it is. If anybody wants salt in it, they can add it at the table. But there it is. It's ready to go. It's ready to go to the table. Made up a good dove gravy. So I'll go ahead and turn that off. Let that set. I believe I'm going to have another. I like gravy, y'all. Appreciate you being with me on that gravy project, and appreciate all our subscribers, appreciate our watchers, and please do subscribe. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, that's gonna do just fine.